And hello, good afternoon. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're safe and healthy wherever you are in the world. Donald Burns, the restaurant coach here. I wanted to give you kind of a preview. If you didn't know, I have an online summit going on right now, actually. It's called the Conquer Online Restaurant Summit. It features 24 fantastic speakers, and we're up to like 35 sessions now. It seems to keep growing every day. But I wanted to give everyone kind of a sneak peek behind the scenes, so you can kind of see if you're hesitant about jumping in, or what's the session's about. I'm going to let you kind of get a little behind the scenes curtain view here. We're going to do like the Wizard of Oz and pull back the curtain. Now, if you sign up regularly, you're going to see the summit looks like this. It's basically there's 3 days: day 1, day 2, day 3. And on day 1, you're going to see, like right now, the morning session is unlocked from 6 a.m. to 1:59 p.m. And you're going to see all the different sessions you can get there. Now, you're going to notice, too, that the afternoon sessions at 2 o'clock go till 10, and they're not unlocked yet because that opens up at 2 o'clock. So right now, if you're looking at this, you're going to see we got quite a few sessions lined up this afternoon. I got some great speakers. I'm actually going to give you a little sneak peek because I have access to all of it. And then on day 2, of course, we got more great sessions lined up. Of course, they're locked right now because we're not in day 2 yet. And then the afternoon sessions, of course, quite a few different modules here. A lot of great stuff. And then day 3, we're going to talk about brand domination. Got some great speakers there also. And then, of course, the afternoon session, we're going to give you have you walk away with an action plan. So you can actually have something that you can put down on paper and a clear kind of a map. I call it a massive action plan to look forward to. So let me switch screens here real quick. So now you can probably see this other screen. Now this is like, since I'm the host of the thing, I have what they call ultimate access. So as you can see on my screen here, all the sessions are basically, I have access to show them all. So what I want to do is I want to give you a little sneak peek. So number 1, today, of course, day 1, we're talking about setting the stage with mindset. Matt Manzari has an incredible story. If you haven't heard his story, it is an amazing one. Let me play a little bit of it here. See if you can hear some of it.
He was so messed up, and I was seeing him go away before my eyes, and they held me back, and they were like, no, it's too bad, don't let her see. And I said, I need to say goodbye. I need to say goodbye right now.
When tragedy struck, he should have ripped us apart. We came together. Our life and world was in shambles. You were stronger than I ever imagined. I'm sorry for the burden you had to carry. I'm sorry for the role you had to take and the price you had to pay. I know my struggles are still day to day. I wear my scars on my arms for the whole world to see. Because some of the deepest scars are what's unseen. Sometimes in life, it's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel. It feels lonely. My identity as a professional weight skater wasn't enough. Having my world flipped upside down twice wasn't about me. The old Matt is gone, and the new Matt is here.
My name is Matt Manzari, and this story is not about me.
So what is my story about? My story...
All right, that's a teaser. I'm going to tell you right now that Matt's his story is so incredible. I mean, if you think you're going through some adversity and some hardships right now, and I know we all are, COVID-19 is devastating. It's really, I mean, it's terrible. But when you listen to his story, you're going to see that you have more strength inside you than you ever imagined. And it is a great thing to do. And then, of course, a great friend of mine, Kevin Boehm, who's a James Beard Award-winning restaurateur, I guess you want to say it, out of the Boca Group out of Chicago.
So, hey, welcome to the Conquer Online.
Let me kind of give you some of this.
She, and then kind of played catch up at the end. She was very introverted. She embraced more people late in life. Mm-hmm. In contrast, I probably moved too quickly at times. And, and I hope to replace some of that ambition with a more curated life moving forward. only doing projects that, I really enjoy with people I really love. Nothing more, nothing less. Two, I think that, out of this, I joined the Independent Restaurant Coalition, which is a group of, 140 restaurateurs and chefs, working towards giving us a voice in Washington. And I kind of say, thank God that happened when it did, because it gave me a place to put some of that energy.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Again, Kevin Boehm, his story. If you don't know his story, you can probably see it in here. There's an Esquire article that he actually wrote, and Kevin had an unusual kind of circumstance happen. So when COVID-19 and they started shutting down restaurants, Kevin lost his mother at the same time, and so he got hit with a double whammy. I mean, losing your mother and then having to turn around and lay off your team due to COVID-19 and shut down your restaurants. I mean, that's horrific. And he's stronger now than ever before. And it's a really great, and he really jumps into why restaurants are the soul of our society. So that's another great one. And of course, you can't go wrong when you got Paul Barron on the thing. Paul Barron he is a powerhouse. He's the digital mastermind behind Foodable TV. He wrote some great books out there. He wrote the Chipotle Effect. And Paul always just delivers great information.
At hand, we're already underway, and it's really just a situation where we're going to start seeing some accelerants on how this is going to be moving into the future. What you see here is Ghost Kitchens. I'm talking a little bit about what it is, the difference there, of course, on Ghost Kitchens. For most operators, it was either you had a brand and you wanted to build a Ghost Kitchen and function out of that Ghost Kitchen as the brand, but maybe not have a retail operation, or you're doing maybe a dark kitchen or a virtual brand.
Yeah, see, he has some great stuff in there. And then another friend of mine, a restaurateur, lifestyle kind of advocate, Leanne Pham down in Houston. She really gets into how to change yourself.
We did like everybody else pivot and did deliveries, and
Right.
it's it's not discounting, it's a struggle, but
Are you doing your own delivery, or are you doing a third-party delivery?
we were doing our own deliveries just so we could regulate the safety protocols and whatnot. So we have it almost feels like a TSA line when you come in.
Wow.
It's great.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So we got that. And then, of course, this afternoon session, we got world-renowned consultant Rudy Mick. He's going to be giving us a little sneak peek into Culture Equals Brand, the 6 steps to drive performance and thrive. Let me give you a little sneak peek on this one.
It's time to thrive. You've been through a lot. And whether your organizational structure is a pyramid with you at the top, or you've got a flatter organizational structure like a team of SEALs or Rangers, maybe a ballet company or a musical group where everyone holds each other accountable for their attitude and actions. Regardless, what I want to share with you is a way to create engagement that's ongoing, that drives cash to the top income as well as the bottom line profitability of your company.
Oh, that's good. That's a good teaser right there. I mean, that's some good stuff. And then, of course, my friend Kelly Jones. Kelly's always great to talk to. He's doing a lot of great stuff right now.
And it really depends, the government stimulus packages, we've got the PPP, but we haven't spent any of it because I'm paranoid about going to repay it. And, even though it's a 1% loan, I'd rather not use it than use it and have to repay it and still end up having to close the business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's changing all the time. The Restaurant Coalition is certainly lobbying strong on I got the PPP for my 2 ramen shops 2 weeks ago. I'm supposed to use it within 8 weeks. The problem is both Colorado and Vermont, where they're located, won't let me reopen. So how can I call my staff back if they don't let me reopen? So there lies some of the issues with all of these stimulus.
Yeah, and then some people made a mistake of they got the PPP. All right, that's enough of that. And then, of course, if you want to really get down and crazy about new business models, you got to talk to Craig Shelton. Craig Shelton is another James Beard award-winning chef, consultant, great friend. I love having conversations with Craig because he just makes me think I have things at a whole different level, which is amazing. Again, you remember, if you ever read any of my books, I'm a big believer that you are kind of the result of your peer group. And if you're not happy with the results you want, you got to get a better peer group. And I'm very fortunate to have people in my peer group that really push me, challenge me to think outside the box and think differently and look at different scenarios and think of different levels of thinking. And Craig is one of those guys that you sit down and talk to him you think you're going to sit down and talk to him for like a half hour, and it turns into like an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour conversation because he's just so engaging and he just takes you down so many different pathways. It just gets your brain just kind of really crazy, and I love it. So let's share a little bit of this.
Okay, so that's strategy number one. The art of the deal is you've got to buy at a sensible price and not buy into all of this nonsense. This Ponzi. It really the economy is a Ponzi scheme. Okay?
It is.
Well, that's the first thing. And the second thing is to understand that in different geographical areas, different types of hospitality make more sense than others. Okay. Restaurants in America really belong and are ideal in large cities where you get the multiple seatings. It's actually much easier to make profit in the city than it is once you get outside the cities.
Ooh, good stuff there, Craig Shelton. And of course, our friend, he's been a friend of mine for years, Bo Bryant, the restaurant giant. Bo's going to take us through he's got actually a 5-part strategy that he's graciously offered to share with the Conquer Summit audience. Part 1 is about his new menu construct. So let's jump in here.
Video series in Critical Gap. I'm going to share with you a world-class process that I have developed and engineered and used with a number of clients for many years that has had tremendous success. And I've updated it relative to the restaurant reopening strategies post-COVID-19 when the lights do get turned back on. So first and foremost, as many of us have already realized, out of necessity, we had to create smaller menus. And I'm encouraging you to not go back to what you used to do, especially if you had a really, really large menu. There are a number of advantages.
All right, that's part 1. And then part 2, he's going to talk about the new labor model that you have to kind of engage in.
Kitchen in order to be able to execute that menu. And that's going to tell you that I should have a theoretically low food cost because the more I am buying commodity-based ingredients, the cheaper those ingredients get. Therefore, I should have a low food cost, but an expectation of a much higher labor cost. So that prime cost blend should probably be around 50 to 55%. I used some bad rules, assuming that a 28 to 30% food cost was okay in my modeling because I assumed it was a rule. I didn't have a construct, and I designed my menu poorly with bad pricing from the get-go because I didn't have any construct application in the balance of this system. Now, I know that's going off on a tangent a little bit, but the same is true when it comes to labor in the inverse. If I bought all of my package from a commissary that pre-assembled and pre-made everything from the...
That's another great one. And of course, then we have he's another entrepreneur. He's partners with Leanne down in Houston. And he's going to share some insights about social media, and also about how to build community.
Yes. So PeakSpace is kind of like a biohacking brand, health and wellness. And what we've done was pivoted, during this pandemic for that concept. And we're rolling out testing centers all across the U.S.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and we'll put in some links for that in the notes. So, if you want to connect with An and get some more information about if you want to kind of. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, today I'm going to finish up with giving you a little sneak peek to one of my booklets. It's actually Outstanding Mindset. It's the booklet I do. And let me give you a little kind of sneak peek in here. Let's see. Let's start right here. Read Time with Your Significant Other. Date night. If you don't control your calendar, other people will place their demands on you, and you will always live your life in reaction. My first meeting of the day is always for myself, with myself. It's my time in the morning to make sure that I am in a peak state and at my very best so I can deliver to others. I don't leave it to chance that I'm going to be in a good mood or that I have the right energy to get through the day. No, I schedule it into my daily routine so I don't let others down that depend on me. You need to start taking control of your calendar. You need to really understand that your calendar is everything you want. All right, so that's day one. And then day two, we got some more great stuff, great speakers lined up. Bruce Irving, who's the host of Smart Pizza Marketing, he's like my go-to guy about talking about, he's got some really great stuff in here. Let me talk about, let me go to this one.
Possibly going to be buying your products or service. That's what you need to focus on. So before you get started on any platform, you need to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And is this going to grow my business over time if I invest my time and money into it? I know there's a lot of people out there and a lot of gurus telling you to be everywhere and you need to hustle and put out 55 pieces of content a day. But I don't think you necessarily need to do that if you do it smart. And as a local business owner, you don't have time to do that. You need to maximize the time you have and spend it in the places where people are.
That's a great one. I love that one with Bruce Irving. And then we've got Ramon Diaz from Madrid, Spain. He's going to give you some insight on how to reopen successfully.
This is the management of promises to your customers, to your fans, and also to your staff. As much as you mismatch the promises, you go down on the score tape. Are you managing your promises? Remember this. Okay. Money is how, as I told you before, on the database and how you give value to them.
Another great one about, providing value, setting up your brand for success after COVID-19. We're also going to have a panel tomorrow, Monday. That's tomorrow, actually. And we're going to talk about third-party delivery, friend or foe. And then we have a great presentation from kind of a dual team. It's Candace McDonald from Carbonate and Andrew Freeman from Andrew Freeman and Company. They're going to be rocking out some, they got a couple sessions they're going to be doing. The first one they're doing is tomorrow, Disruption to Acceleration. It's pretty awesome. Let me go back a little bit.
Well, that greeting, sure, that host at the front is still very important, but now that greeting's happening online. And so that's really something we think is really important. It's no longer just about having a nice looking website or nice looking social media channels. Now they have to function so that it's smooth and easy for people. Because that's their first impression. Our next one is multiple concepts for multiple revenue streams. And this one was actually.
Well, that's a good one because you're one of the things I've been preaching with my mastermind groups is making sure you're set up for multiple revenue streams because you've got to have multiple revenue streams. And then in the afternoon sessions tomorrow, day 2, Rudy Mick is back with another powerhouse session about leadership now. I gotta love his little play on words. Leadership now. The next wave of leadership results on purpose.
As leaders, we're in a brand new game. We're surrounded with chaos, let alone COVID. Everything's moving faster, all the more confusing with mixed messages coming from a myriad of platforms. This is all my motivation for leadership now. On purpose, choiceful decision-making as leaders. My name is Rudy Mick. I was raised in Hawaii in the restaurant business and the resort business, and I love the Hawaiian language. Now is Hawaiian for center, for present. In martial arts, we call this chi or ki. This leads me to the introduction of leadership now, the next wave of leadership, getting results on purpose.
That's an awesome one. You're gonna want to take a lot of notes on that one. Probably even watch a replay or two to get everything out of that. And then, of course, the ever popular and probably one of the most positive men I know in the world, Brian Duncan from Bin 36 fame in Chicago. He's also the founder of Down to Earth Wine Concepts. let's jump in with Brian.
My whole thing is, when I said to someone, after I opened Bin 36, it ruined me for opening any other kinds of concepts because I had so much freedom. I could serve any wine that I wanted from anywhere in the world. I could serve whatever kind of food that I wanted. People could taste what they liked, and it was available at retail. We could do cheese packets. We could do catering. We could deliver to your office. We were doing the stuff that people are scrambling to do now back then. And we were situated in a place in more than one location where people could just drive up and, do the pickup.
So again, Brian Duncan, great presenter. I've shared the stage with him quite a few times around the world. Great guy, great insight too. And then I just added a new speaker, Kyle Inserna. He's actually, and I've had a lot of requests for this. What do I do about lease conversations?
So I'm a big kind of like history guy. I went to college at a small school in Pennsylvania called Franklin and Marshall. And it just so happens that Ben Franklin had a quote right when he was signing the Declaration of Independence. We must indeed all hang together, or most assuredly we shall all hang separately. That could not be more accurate right now for restaurants and for landlords.
Mm-hmm.
Going to get into a little bit later on, but this is a relationship that you need to immediately now, right now, if you haven't already, start thinking of this as a partnership. So it can be tough. I get it.
That's a great session with Kyle. You want to, tons. I've already, the privilege, I guess, of being the host of the Congress Summit is I got to preview all the sessions from everyone. And again, tons of information in there. You're going to find yourself probably burning through one or two notepads. And then Bo Bryant's back again with the profit construct, how to make some profit, which is what everyone needs to learn about right now.
And we have our service model, how we're going to execute against the product that we sell according to the expense and the revenue ratio. All of this ties together. If I touch one or change one, it will have an impact throughout this ecosystem. Intended or unintended, we have to look at the cause and effect amongst the entire relationship in our profit ecosystem, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So we'll start with expenses first, but everybody needs to understand that we are not going to save our way back to prosperity. And I've seen operators throughout my entire career.
I've seen this one already, and I'm telling you, that's one of the ones I'm just like, wow. It really changed the way. Actually, I'm going to talk to a lot of my guests. So,
competition that we have out there. So that's in a nutshell visibility. Next, from that research to selection phase, that's our offer. Now, again, when I said being current is the currency, I can't emphasize that enough.
Mm-hmm.
A great website that's won countless awards for their design is a restaurant group called Smoky Bones. And this is a very, very different look from their traditional website. They used to have this transitioning slideshow that took up the whole page, and it really demonstrated their offer. They had barbecue, they had stuff for kids.
All right, and that's that with him. And then, of course, I'm not going to. And then, of course, I have one about how to hire a team. And then day 3, final day of the summit, we're going to actually jump into some new stuff in. This one is a great one. David Cantu, if you don't know who Hot Schedules is, have you heard of Hot Schedules? Hot Schedules is a huge tech platform, does scheduling, back of the house, helps with your inventory management, all kinds of products. But David has kind of a unique kind of, I love the title of his session. It's basically
circumstances. So let's talk a little bit about the agenda today, Mia, if we could. So we want to talk about just the overall impact on C19 with the now established essential workforce. One thing with the essential workforce,
I want to get to where he talks about the name.
Our scheduling as well as our learning management every day. At our peak, we schedule over 5 million hours daily on weekdays and over 7 million hours daily on weekends, which for us has we've seen a fascinating trend that we look forward to sharing with you today. And we're represented in over 80 countries. Now, our topic today is what the Bach to do with your employees. It's a catchy tune. Now, we've probably said COVID or coronavirus or C-19 more than we wanted to. It's a little play on words. Clearly there's a lot of unknowns right now as we speak to many of our customers globally. And, I think one of the greatest concerns that many of them have today is their hourly workforce as well as their managers.
Again, another great session. David is, he's hilarious. And that, what the VOC to do with your employees during COVID is a great one. Then we have another panel going on day 3, new business models for restaurants. I got some great people signed up for that we're going to be doing some stuff live. And then got a great new speaker I want to introduce to everyone. Julia she really digs into this thing about personalizing your brand and how to really win the guests back.
That's really important. And
let me see. Let me go to this part. This is really good right here.
Shows humanization as a marketing tool in this case has a smart self-identification goal. A restaurateur, instead of trying to identify, target, and attract his audience with expensive marketing costs, he creates personas behind each restaurant with certain character and behavior patterns. In this case, this is the customer who wants to identify himself with these, human beings behind the restaurants. Not that.
So Julia really takes you into what, I call an avatar working workshop, where she's going to take you deep down inside about who is your ideal, customer, who's your ideal guest, who do you really want to attract? Because you can't be everything to everyone. And now, especially, you need to really dial in your niche. Who are we going to talk to? And then, of course, Andrew Freeman and Candace are back again with reimagining your brand experience. This is another powerful session.
Assumption that you're going to be able to navigate through all the PPP loans and all the different opportunities for funding, and you're going to figure out a way to indeed be here for the future. I know a lot of you are probably in the boat right now, considering, what does it look like and how we're going to make it, and if we're going to make it. And we don't want to take it too lightly that we know the struggle is definitely real, and that we're wishing you the best, that you'll get the resources lined up so that what we talk about today, you'll be able to achieve.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's another powerful one here. I love that one too. And then, of course, another great friend of mine and international speaker, Doug Radke, is going to talk about the beverage landscape, bar and beverage landscape for the new 2.0.
Still going to be key. You want your venue to look full, but in a safe manner where guests are not shoulder to shoulder or 15 inches from the next table, creating, again, a level of anxiety. One solution you may also want to start looking at is online reservations. Your guests, even in a bar setting, will want to pick their spots, their proximity to others, their proximity to high traffic areas. You may want to consider text message systems to notify guests when their table is ready, so they don't have to be sitting in a waiting area nervous. Your new seating arrangement must be online to review and also be flexible. Try not to anchor anything down, including bar stools. When you make these changes,
there's some great stuff too. I mean, again, online reservation systems, you're going to have to look at this new stuff. Technology is going to be the kind of the make or break with this new. And then, of course, we got the online ordering. We got one of our sponsors, Upserve. This is another great session.
Hello and welcome to
Let's jump into it a little bit.
In fact, we see the greatest growth now coming from suburbs. We are seeing that restaurant recovery is being led by online ordering. In February, online ordering represented about 1.5% of total sales volume for Upserve restaurants now using online ordering platform. By early April, online ordering represented 43% of total sales volume. And Olo revenue is now growing 16% every week nationwide.
You gotta have online ordering, people. If you don't have online ordering, you're gonna have to make the switch, make the shift real fast. And then, of course, I've got a couple other segments. David Rev is going to be doing this fork third-party delivery. I know we all feel the same about third-party delivery. And another one I'm really excited about is the profit pillars with Yigal Adato. He's another great friend. He's been in a couple of my high-level mastermind groups I've been in with him. Always just a great forward thinker, a great leadership expert. So let's jump into a little bit of this.
And let them know this is what we're planning, this is what we're doing, this is what it's going to look like. It can change, that's okay, but you've got to communicate those plans. Now, we're going to move on to condition. And conditions are one of the most important things when it comes to leadership, because as a leader, if you don't work on these three things, your team is not going to have these three things. One is your mindset. And there's something called emotional contagion. And if you walk into your business with a crappy face, your team is going to have a crappy face. Then your customers are going to have a crappy face. You can get crappy reviews online. You've got to walk in with a mindset. You've got to be able to prepare yourself every single morning. Mm-hmm. And I do this by going for a run and putting on YouTube, and I write down motivational videos. I have an hour of motivation, inspiration coming through my mind.
Again, another great session with a gal. So that's basically the restaurant summit, the Conquer Restaurant Summit, the 3 days you're going to get access to. The schedule, there's actually things on speakers. I should mention and give a shout out to a lot of our sponsors, Lunchbox, Sabre Advisors, Upserve, of course, my premier and go-to POS system I love, Carbonate, Andrew Freeman and Company, the Independent Restaurant Coalition, Hot Schedules, Foodable TV, Smart Pizza Marketing, Restaurant KPI Mastery, and of course, my own brand, The Restaurant Coach. And then if you really want to have some fun, we have tons of bonuses available for the summit, because what is a summit without good stuff? So free level, actually, I didn't have any bonuses. I decided this morning to throw one in there. So there is a PDF available. It's called The 12 Fatal Mistakes Restaurants Make. It's yours. Grab it. It's a good read. And then, of course, at the VIP level membership bonuses, you get access to the Limitless series. It's a 10 video series I have on my Restaurant Coach University. You also get the PDF. This thing's like, I think it's 70 pages. It's my restaurant COVID-19 playbook. It's going to give you, and I usually only give this out to my restaurant mastermind group, but you can actually use this as a step-by-step opening plan. It's got great. I got all kinds of resources, reference material from different, like the National Restaurant Association, some people from around the world. I've referenced some stuff from China that's working over there because they've already been opened. Then you have also the PDF, the 8 Driving Forces of Restaurant Success. Of course, I got a PDF why teamwork doesn't work. And then you're going to have, of course, access to our Facebook community, which is always fun. Let me see if I can find the Facebook community. So if you want to have a good time, we have a Facebook community just for the Conquer Online Summit as well. So let me refresh that. So private Facebook community just for the Online Restaurant Summit. That's a great opportunity for you. And of course, again, you get the 12 fatal mistakes. The VIP membership does come with 1 month access to my restaurant mastermind group. And also you get the booklet that goes with my workshop about outstanding minds. So you get the PDF download. At the elite level membership kind of perks we have, bonuses, you get all 3 copies of my books signed. And I will email them to me. You also get a one-on-one menu consultation with me. You're going to get 1 year access to my Restaurant Coach University, which has probably, I think, I'm up to like 10 different courses on there. And I'm adding a new course every month. Of course, you get the 8 Driving Forces, the PDF. You also get a 2-hour consultation with me directly about anything you want to talk about. 2 hours of just you and me talking about where you want to be and how you want to get there. Now, with the elite membership, you get a 3-month access to not only Restaurant Masterminds, but my new program that I've co-founded with Darren Manzari, and that's called the Restaurant KPI Mastery Program. And of course, private access, that, yada, good stuff. I forgot to show you one of my favorite presentations on day 3. How to turn data into profit. This is so I've been working behind the scenes with my business partner, Darren Manzari. He's an internationally renowned kind of efficiency and KPI consultant. And when we started talking about restaurants, I knew there was a great way for restaurants to really kind of dial in and find a system that they could use on a daily basis that would help them manage their key performance indicators or KPIs. And Darren he has the most elegant way of describing how to manage your KPIs, where number one, you can understand it. And number two, it's not overwhelming. We get all these software and stuff like that, and there's tons of software out there. But most of the time, you have to have like an advanced degree or a graduate degree, from MIT to be able to understand it. Restaurant KPI Mastery, we wanted, the biggest thing Darren asked me was, how do we make this thing? And I said, we got to make it simple. We got to make it so every restaurant person on the world that uses the platform could spend 5-10 minutes on it and enter some data and get huge payback off it. So let me play a little bit of this with Darren. Here, we can start right here.
Well, don't worry, because by the end of this session, all that's going to change. So being profitable or having a positive cash flow can be measured by a KPI. We could call this KPI cash flow. And most of you already probably look at this in some form or another. The problem with looking at cash flow as a KPI is that there are many other KPIs that contribute to cash flow. And we need to look at those as well. Now, this begs the question, though, which ones? And not only that, how often do I need to look at them? Well, how often are you looking at your cash flow now? Are you looking at it maybe once per year when you're doing your year end with your bookkeeper or your accountant? Or is it at the end of a busy season? Or maybe for some of you it's monthly, or possibly it could either be weekly or best of yet, daily. And if cash flow isn't positive.
And here's the thing, we're going to teach you a system in the KPI Mastery system, and that's with the bonus from the elite level, you're going to get 3 months access to our KPI Mastery, which is pretty awesome. It's going to give you an easy way to not only measure your data, but we're going to help you understand what to do with the data once you get it. That's the number one thing I've always thought was frustrating. You have these great spreadsheets or workshops or software they give you, but they don't tell you what to do with it. So I got the information. Now what do I do? Restaurant KPI Mastery, we decided to set this up where it's part software, part consulting. And we call it remote consulting, because that way it saves you time and also money, because you don't have to have us fly out to your place and go over these things in detail with you in person. And, especially in the way that COVID-19 is happening, this makes a great new business model for consulting in general, having remote consulting. So we're really excited to roll this out and share it with you. And Darren's basically, I call him the closer, because his thing is so powerful. I got him on day 3. He's closing up the sessions on day 3. So that's when you want to bookmark. And a lot of times, if you see these little things, the little bookmarks in here, you can go in here and bookmark the presentations you want, and then it'll show up on your thing up on top. And that way it'll give you like maybe a little reminder. I like to set my alarm for stuff like that, so I don't want to miss anything. Well, that's pretty much it. That's the Conquer C19 Online Restaurant Summit in a nutshell. It gave you a little sneak peek behind the curtains, see what you're getting into. So far, the reviews have been fantastic. Everyone's loving it, and it's been pretty amazing. And I'm really, really grateful and thankful to all the speakers who contributed their time and their energy, and just really came to play at the highest level that they could. All the speakers just gave incredible content. It gave incredible passion. There's so much in here. You definitely want to get the replay option, which is either the VIP or the elite membership package. I understand if you can't afford it, then get the free package, but at least sign up and do something. You want to sign up for this thing. You don't want to miss it. It is just a kind of a smorgasbord. And I know buffets aren't going to be allowed much anymore because of COVID-19, but this is like a buffet of information. So please check out the link. It's in the notes. Conquer Online Summit. You can actually just go directly to www.conquerrestaurantsummit.com, and I hope to see you inside. Once you get inside and get into the platform, you get into the Conquer Summit, please jump in and sign up for the private Facebook group. That's a great place for us to talk, ask questions, share information. I'm going to be sharing a lot of exclusive content only inside the Conquer Facebook group, stuff I don't share anywhere else, only in the Conquer Facebook group. So please make sure when you sign up for the Conquer Summit, sign up for the private access to the Facebook group, because there's going to be some great stuff. And I got some actually cool bonuses going tomorrow. In fact, I want to do something right now. So after you watch Paul Barron's video, his session, I'm going to give away a free copy of my book. I'll sign it even for you, and I'll mail it to you wherever you are in the world. First person who can answer this question: name 3 of the top 10 brands that Paul Barron predicts are going to thrive in the post-COVID economy. Again, giving away a free book signed by me. I won't have anybody else sign it, I promise. Name 3 of the top 10 brands that Paul Barron predicts are going to thrive in the post-COVID-19 economy. First person with the correct answer, you have a copy of my first book, Your Restaurant Sucks. This is actually the second edition, coming your way, signed, sealed, and delivered. Post office can't stop me. So everyone have a fantastic day. Please enjoy the Conquer Summit. Give me any feedback. You can email me directly at donald@therestaurantcoach.com. I love to have information and feedback, how we can make this better. I plan on doing more of these online summits. This is my first one. We had some technical issues and some difficulties, but we're working through them. And so far, it's just been a great experience. I'm loving it. The people who signed up have been loving it. I'm getting tons of text message and emails from people saying it's just amazing, tons of information, great speakers, great content. Just keep those things coming, because I love hearing it. And I just want to make this better for you, so you can open your restaurant with confidence and clarity and don't have to worry. This is what it's all about: coming together, sharing information, so we can actually come together as a restaurant group. We got hit hard. I mean, we got like knocked down. It was like going up against Mike Tyson and getting knocked. I mean, almost knocked out. Some restaurants did get knocked out. But here's the thing: together with fortitude, tenacity, and grit, and also with a really damn good plan, we can come back. And I know you can come back. So I'd love to see you inside the Conquer Restaurant Summit. Please share with me your insights. If you're on the Facebook page, shout out to me on the Facebook Conquer page. Let me know what sessions you like, what sessions you don't like. If you don't like something, please, I want honesty, because that way I can make it better for the next time we do this. So until then, please be safe out there, stay healthy, and everyone, please know that you're going to come back from this, because I believe in you. Thank you.